The transition is the sentence in the middle of your introductory paragraph that bridges your hook to your thesis. It connects the two and gets the reader's mind off of the fun, exciting, scary hook and onto the business-like, serious thesis. It should be a somewhat long sentence with two halves. That means you're going to have like a comma in the middle. Maybe it's a complex sentence. The first half is going to mention something from your hook. The second half of the sentence will mention something from your thesis. In that way, it bridges the gap between the two. Now, most school essays should be written in formal English, and we'll get to this in our editing phase. But just know, the beginning of this transition sentence can be casual, like your hook. Your hook can be a lot more casual than the rest of your essay. So the beginning of that sentence can have maybe a little slang or some personal pronouns. The second half of the transition sentence should be more formal and should have more school-like vocabulary. In that way, the transition also bridges the gap between the casual hook and the serious thesis. An example for maybe an anecdote could be something like, falling out of that treehouse really taught me a lesson about gravity. Obviously, I've opened with a story about falling out of a treehouse, and I've gotten the reader's attention to the topic of my essay, gravity. If you've opened with a quote, you're going to explain what the quote has to do with your thesis. And if you've opened with a question or a joke or a fascinating fact, you're simply going to mention something from your hook and then something from your thesis, and that will bridge the two. So go ahead and write your transition in the box below and hit next.